Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Cammy's Craftiques. My name is Cammy. I do know I haven't put up a video in quite some time. I have a lot going on here at home. I live down in the South. I'm from New York City originally, and my mom is sick. So I have been going up there approximately every 3 to 5 weeks. I've been going up there for a weekend, and I work full time, so I haven't really had as much time as I'd like to dedicate to my channel, but I figured today I would start off with a tutorial. What I'm going to be making is all from Dollar Tree, and it's a wreath that has been selling locally that I have created, and locally I sell these wreaths off of my Facebook page. I've been selling quite a bit of these wreaths, and I thought to myself, let me do a tutorial. You know, others may like to see how to make these wreaths, or if you like, I could make it for you. You just get in touch with me and I can do that. So it's all Dollar Tree items, as I mentioned, and the first item you're going to need from Dollar Tree is this bunny wreath form. I'm sure you all have seen these. I'm hoping you have them, because this isn't this. I've also made the, you know, with the yarn wrapped around these. This is going to be different from that. I love the yarn one, oh my god, but this one that I'm making has been selling like crazy. So here we go. We're going to need one of these wreaths. We are going to need one of these Dollar Tree bunny signs that says Happy Easter. I know the words are backwards. It was just when I went to film, I just was too much in the way. I was getting glare and everything. So I do apologize that the words are backwards, but you'll need one of those. Okay. You will need one of these hanging signs. Let me reach over. Okay. One of these hanging signs, also from Dollar Tree. Everything here is from Dollar Tree. Okay, and I wind up cutting that up. I'm going to actually show you what I'm going to be using. I'm on my last sign, because as I said, I've been selling a lot of these. It was this Easter sign, and it had the eggs. But I've been going through them like crazy, so this is all I think I have left. So I'm going to finish up using one of these. You will need either 1 or 2 rolls of the Deco Mesh. I chose this one, but I know Dollar Tree has other ones in other colors. Maybe I'll use this one, but there's this color too. But just grab yourself, 2 rolls of mesh. Also, you will need one of these packages of eggs, and if you like, you could use the carrots. Oops, I got it backwards. There we go. You could even use the carrots. You will need some chenille stems. Doesn't matter the color. I just happen to have a lot of these left over from Christmas. I bought so many. So you'll need that. You will need a glue gun. Doesn't mean you have to go out and get this glue gun. Any glue gun will do fine. And then what I like to use is, oops, I can't open it up. My husband bought me this from Lowe's, but I use this to remove any plastic pieces that may be needed to remove. And you will need a rotary cutter, or you will need a scissor. And we're going to get on with this project. I am just going to pause for one moment because I'm going to change my seat. Hold on one moment. Okay, so the first thing what we're going to do is we're going to get our wreath form. What I do is I remove this bow. I remove the bow first, and I am going to save it because I may need this for another project. I'm not so sure, but I'm going to save it because I think it's kind of cute. And then the next thing I do is I start to remove this garland. Where did I put my scissor? I'll just use a razor blade, just anything to start it. I don't recommend you using a razor blade. I just have my scissor, God only knows where. I just had it and I lost it. So this pretty much comes off easy. This tinsel, garland, whatever you want to call it. Then you just unwrap it. And I also save all these little garlands because I do other projects with them. So it's up to you. You could either toss it or keep it. So all I'm going to do is remove all the tinsel off this form. And I'm going to pause this video again because you all know how to take this off. You don't need to watch me take, you know, all this off the entire form. So I am going to pause for... Okay, so I'm back, and now all I'm going to do is get my Deco Mesh, and I'm going to get my rotary cutter. And to me, I eyeball a lot of things. I don't really measure. I just eyeball everything. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just start cutting in, I don't know, let me see what I'm doing. That's 7, probably about 6-inch pieces. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting. So I'm going to cut my roll of mesh, and I'm going to get ready to attach it. So I'm going to start cutting the mesh, and I'm going to cut up this whole roll. And if you are following along, you could cut up your roll. I'm going to pause again because I don't think you really need to see me cut a whole roll of mesh. So I will be... Okay, so now I have my roll of Deco Mesh cut. And also, I don't know if I said it before, I usually cut my chenille stems in about thirds. So, because that's all you really need for this project. You need them in thirds. I cut a bunch of them so I don't have to keep stopping. Oops, dropped one. So I'm going to this time just do the roll method. Sometimes I do a scrunch, but I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to give it the roll. So all I'm doing is rolling it up. I'm going to roll it. Roll. And mesh, I find, is very forgiving. And then from there, I just twist. And I put it on the side. Again, I'm going to just roll. Roll. And roll. I'm going to do a couple of them. And this goes pretty fast, this wreath. Sometimes I'm watching TV, listening to the radio, talking on the phone, whatever, because you really don't have to think about much when doing this, because it's one of those just relaxing, carefree projects. But I'm going to tell you a little bit what I'm trying to get up to speed on my channel. What I would really like to do is I have bought a house, and I bought it like I guess about 6 years ago, and we've been trying to fix it up. My husband and a friend laid down bamboo floors. I love it, but now it's like at a standstill. I have a bunch of tile that I would love my kitchen floor to be covered in. One of my bathrooms, it has to be, you know, tiled. So I'm hoping maybe this year he gets to it, because it's been a while. You know, I have the product and it's just sitting there. But anyway, what I would like to do with this channel is pretty much like, if I organize something, just, you know, make a video on how I, like, my spin on what I organize. If I know, like, my windows here, like back here, my windowsills all need to be painted, and I'm just trying to fix up my house and organize things a little bit. So I want to share that with everyone, you know, and if you have any tips with that type of stuff, you know, by all means, comment below. I do like making things. I love making crafts and all. So I will be doing, you know, craft tutorials. At first I didn't think I would, but yeah, I'm going to. You know what I did forget to tell you? as I'm making these, I'm doing 3 to 1 chenille stem. So I got like a bunch so far. I'm gonna do a couple more, and then I'll show you, because this wreath is really quick and easy. I love it, and I know I went off on one thing before, and now I'm going off on another, but you know, that's just how it is. Today's Sunday, tomorrow's work, and it's really nice where I live. I was hoping to get to go to the beach, not to swim or anything, but just to walk. So I'm going to show you actually how I attach. Oh, you know what? Before I attach anything, what I do, you know, because all that's off, and I did save my garland, I kind of just rock these ears back and forth. I'm having a problem. Okay. Usually they just snap off. You don't want to break this whole frame. There we go. And I'm saying that because this round part we're gonna need to glue. So let's get that. There we go. So yeah, you didn't need your snippers or anything. You were just pretty much able to rock that off. Okay. The ears, honestly, I don't know what I could use them for. So, letter M, but I'm going to just throw these out. Okay, so now that I got the form, and I don't need this ribbon because I'm going to keep it off the other one, and you'll see you may not be able to get all of that garland off, but it's no big deal because you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So all I do is, anyone who's made a wreath before, they know, all you do is put it in between that middle ring. Wrong ring, I think. I'm going to call it the inner ring. That's what I want to call it. And you just twist. And you secure it. And I have only been using, 2 per section. As you see, this is all broken down into sections. So I'm just pretty much using 2 per section. I mean, you can use 3 if you like. It depends on the fullness you're looking for. But I have been going with 2, and I am really finding that to be full enough for my likings. And this striped Deco Mesh, I really wish I bought more because I think it's so pretty. It's a stripe of like the hot pink, the yellow, the blue, and the purple. I love it. It kind of reminds me of like tie-dye. And in all honesty, this would look really pretty as colors even for summer. But this, as you know, is for Easter. So like I'm doing, I don't know if you can see that, all I'm doing is twisting them. So you could see it's, oops, silly. I didn't twist it too good. Came right off. As you can see, it's very fast, it's easy. And then as I go along, I kind of push the Chenille stems down, pipe cleaners, whatever you want to call them. Just, you know, okay? So I'm going to continue going all the way around with this. So I'm going to pause the video again. So I'm going to just pause it as I go around. Okay, so now I'm back, and here is the whole body of the wreath. I know it's a little hard to see. I think it's because where I'm sitting by my window, but look how pretty this would be if you did a larger wreath for a little girl's room. Look at those colors. So if you have this mesh, don't only think about Easter for it, because it's definitely here. Off my black shirt, maybe you can see it a little bit better. The lighting's a little hard. But yeah, you could see those yellows, the pinks, the purples. This is really pretty. But anyway, back to the wreath on how to do it. My next step is I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna take apart this sign. So all I'm going to do here, pull off the tag. I have a garbage by me. And sometimes I take the bows off. I think like the bow up here on his head, I think I'm gonna leave it on. Sometimes I take it off and I'll do my own ribbon. I think I'm gonna leave it on for this one. So all I do is basically cut this off back here. Again, where's my scissor? Here we go. Okay. And I made these a little longer. This one might be too short because what I try to do is glue from here back. You'll see in one moment. If not, I'll figure something out. I'll do pipe cleaners or something. So on here, I actually keep this string because originally I was going to put a ribbon. I mean, you could do whatever you like. This is just a basic of how I do my wreath, but I like this string because it kind of goes with this bunny. So what I'm going to do is heat up my glue gun, and I should have did that before as I was doing that. I gotta get my glue gun to heat up. Nothing fancy. I was a smoker years ago. My husband still is. Well, my glue gun, this Ryobi, tell me if anyone has this Ryobi. I love it so much. But first of all, you could get really burnt badly on it. And second, it drips. It drips a lot. So I just put an ashtray under it. Okay, now I'm going to get the rest of my things together. So I opened up my package of eggs. And I'm thinking, I had the sign, I was all saying that I had the wooden eggs. I know I'm going randomly in no order at all. But what I think I'm going to do is use this one. I didn't think it would look so good, but when I put it in the center, I kind of really like how that looks. And I know right now you could see through this, but once you know it's finished and on a door or a wall, you can't see through it. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go with this. I kind of like how that looks. I haven't been using these, but I do like how this one looks. Or I could do one of these, right? Obviously, I'm going to make it look nicer than that. But I mean, that looks cute. This would really, this wreath, if you did a large wreath, you know, it would really look great in a little kid's room. In a little girl, I should say. I even thought about doing the welcome here, or one of the flowers, or this little chick, because he would really look cute in there too. But I think I'm going to stick with the Easter egg. I just got to figure out which one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. I mean, I think it's just cute. So I'm going to just tear that off. And what I'm going to do is one of my stems. I've been gluing these down just like into the mesh, but sometimes it drips all over the place, so I'm gonna see how it works with me just cutting one of these chenille stems, pipe cleaners, whatever you want to call them, in half. And I think I'm going to, let's see, okay, I'm gonna glue it from here and here. I'm gonna glue, and I'm waiting for my glue to get hot, and maybe I'm going to glue chenille stems, pipe cleaners, whatever, to the back of this sign also. So that's what my next step is going to be. I'm just pulling off the burlap on the back. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now. Okay, so I kind of got the placement so far of my little eggs, like where I want to put them. What I do is I just gently pull out the ribbon out of these eggs. It comes out really easy. Well, so far it's always been easy. Maybe once, twice I got a tough one. So I'm just taking those out. And let me get rid of that. Okay, my glue gun's all set. So all I'm going to do is glue my eggs now into place. I have a super hot glue gun. I kind of should have wish I took out my low temp one, because I don't get burnt as much with my low temp. Okay. So I just took about 5 eggs. I always like an odd amount of items on my wreaths. I don't know why. I always think like 3, 5. I don't know. It's just a thing with me. I don't know why. It's just visually for me. I think it's always nicer to have an odd number. Okay, so I'm just pushing these down, and I am gluing it into the mesh. Give it a chance to cool off. And I did switch out my carrots. So if you watch this whole video in full first, don't pull. When you cut these off the bunny's head, cut all the way at the top and leave enough, because I ripped the other ones off, and I was like, what am I thinking? This isn't the first time I'm making this wreath. Like, what? Really? Seriously? What am I thinking? Because I pulled the entire thing off, and ooh, that's hot stuff. And you would have been able to see the stems. And I was like, oh, instead of gluing it all back together and all, I'll just, mention it on my video, learn from my mistakes. Okay. I do see I need a little more glue here. My glue is so hot, it literally melts the styrofoam. So I should have just got my other glue gun. But all is well. You don't see the back of these eggs anyway. And this is what I've been using to make these anyhow, because I do live in the South, and I feel the low temp glue sticks, being that it gets, ooh, I look so ugly there, sorry. Being that I do live in the South, it gets hot. I mean, it's not too hot right now, but in case we have one of those hot days, who wants to come home to glue melted all over your door or wreath? I am snipping as I go along the strands from the Deco Mesh. I usually burn it I have a wood burning tool, or I just snip it, whatever you like, it's all up to you with that part. But this is so far the eggs. Now my next thing that I'm going to glue here is, I kind of got to push that out, is the bunny head. And the bunny head is going to go, see where that round is? It's going to go right onto that. So you're going to glue, let me turn this around, the bunny head like this, so it's sturdy and not flopping around. That's why we didn't snap that part off. I'm still on the fence. I'm going to leave this bow on. I've been leaving them on a lot of them. Sometimes every now and then I do put a different ribbon on, which will look cute, but for this tutorial I'm going to just leave that on. So I'm going to get ready. Actually, I hate when I'm going to put a paper bag under here. Sorry for the noise. And oh, I do want to mention it took 2 full rolls on the Deco Mesh. And I want to be honest, I said in the beginning, about 6 inches. Some of my strips that I have cut on the Deco Mesh probably were about maybe 4.5 to 5 inches. It's, I eyeball things a lot. So it's hard to do like a perfect measurement, but if you're going to go about 6 inches, you're going to use probably a little more than the 2 rolls. If you eyeball it like I do, 4.5 inches, 6 inches, 5 inches, when you do those cuts, 2 rolls will do it. So right now, I'm getting ready to glue down the head. And I am going to say, because I've done it a couple of times, I wanted to kick myself. I wasn't paying attention. And what happened was the head went on crooked, and then I had to pull it off. And the glue I'm using is like super hot, and it sticks really well. So I'm going to try to do this as a one-shot deal with this. Okay, so all I'm going to do is place my bunny. Let me move this down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm talking about. All I'm going to do right now, okay, is place my bunny head as straight as I can on, press it down. Of course, I'm gluing everything to the bag. Okay, I just didn't want all of that to get on my cutting pad because I like my cutting pad. Okay, whoops, pull these strands. Don't we just love glue strands? I'm gonna put that over there for a moment. I'm gonna move this back up. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We have the bunny. Okay, the bunny head. Yeah, I think it's pretty straight. Okay, I'm gonna move this back down because the next thing I'm going to do, I did the glue on my egg. I mean, I glued my stems onto my egg. Normally what I do is I just glue it into the Deco Mesh, but today I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna, you know, attach these and see how it goes. I mean, I've done attached this pipe cleaners to a lot of things, but how I've been making these, because I've been making so many of them, I haven't been doing that. But for this tutorial, I'm going to. So what I'm gonna do is, again, I'm trying to get as straight as possible. I'm gonna poke that through. Let me move this up again, I'm sorry. I don't want to, let me. Okay. What I'm doing is, I don't know if you can see that very well, but I'm pulling my pipe cleaner through on the top, and I'm gonna go through the bottom also. And I'm kind of guiding to get it straight with these back dividers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just wrap this around a couple of times around that wreath form. And this way, if you want to change out your sign, whoops, I'm smashing my eggs from the other side. You could change it out. If you want the egg, or if you decide you want to put the Happy Easter, a flower, whatever, but you know, you may change next year. Who knows? Okay, so this is typically what I have here. Let me see if I'm getting that straight. Yeah, I got it straight. Although I'm going to loosen that up a little bit. When I glue it, it's not as in, because we want it kind of out. Yeah, like about like that. That looks better, I think. Okay, so I'm just adjusting my pipe cleaner so it doesn't, I pulled it too tight. If you, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I don't know. Okay, you just don't want it, if you're gonna not glue the egg, just don't pull it too tight like I did. I usually, like I said, I usually glue it, so. But I think this is good, too. Okay, so now that's what I have. So let me look at it myself. and straighten it out so it's a little more even with the bunny. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Okay, let me move this back a little bit. So this is what we have so far, which is really super cute. Okay, we got the bunny. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do, and this is at the end, we're just going to glue this to the back here. Okay, I'm going to pause this again, and I'm going to glue it because I don't have much room between the camera and the wreath. So I'm going to pause this again, but basically I'm going to tell you what I'll do before I actually do it. What I'm going to do is on the bottom rim of the wreath, and I'll show you this afterwards, all I'm going to do is hot glue it around each side. Okay, so just hold on one moment and you will see the end. Okay, so all I did now to attach the carrots was I cut, you know, up close to the top where the burlap strap, I guess I could call it, and then all the way at the tip I glued a pipe cleaner. I pressed it, I glued the plastic form, I wrapped the burlap ribbon, and then I wrapped the pipe cleaner, if that makes sense, to the burlap ribbon to kind of hold it extra secure in that spot. And that's how that attached. So now I'm going to show it to you on my door. Okay, so this is how you have it. That is the wreath, and that is hanging on my front door. Let's go back a little bit. And there you go. Happy Easter.